Sonic Boom Season 2, Episode 1, which is called Tommy Thunder Method Actor. This episode was a horrible start to Season 2. I mean, a horrible start. Because you want to start the season off with a bang. And this was a very boring episode. Nothing really happened in it. The jokes aren't funny. The action scenes are pretty bland and not that very interesting to look at. A lot of the characters don't really get much screen time, like Eggman, Amy, Knuckles, Sticks, Tails. It's really just about Sonic and Tommy in this episode. And I don't really like Tommy, I don't really like Sonic. So, sort of. I mean, Eggman gets, like, I guess the third most amount of screen time as he is in it for like 3 scenes, I think. Pretty sure it's 3 scenes. And I watched the episode 3 times before this, so yeah. But this was a very boring episode. I mean, there are there's just one scene where like everyone is praising Tommy for being a hero. Sonic says he's not a hero, he's never saved anyone. Then immediately some old wolf lady says that Tommy saved her in some stupid way. That wasn't actually saving her, but whatever. And then there's another scene where I just caught these weasel bandit things, and Tommy wants to do a take two. So, and the bandit weasel things are up for it, and he ties them back up. And as soon as he does that, the I guess news channel comes, and he takes all the credit, even though he didn't do anything. And you think that, I don't know, Sonic or any one of the other 4 characters that were there would have said something, but they don't. Tommy just sort of takes all the credit. And that's weird. This whole episode is. Oh, actually, there's a third scene. I'll talk about it. The very end, the very last action scene. Eggman comes to fight Tommy because earlier in the episode, or it was actually like the scene right before that, I think, where he called him out for some reason. And then Eggman comes and tries to kill him, or well, obliterate him, as he says. And for some reason, Sonic is there. And Tommy says to him that he's not a real hero, and that his name is some stupid name. And Sonic just, without even trying, destroys the robots, and then says, and his news hawk thing shows up. He says Tommy was the one who did it, and I don't really understand that. Just bad writing, and it's not very good. So, another thing I really don't like is Tommy himself. I'm going to explain why through this. Okay, so Tommy, the I believe he's a tiger. I'm just going to assume he's a tiger. So he is supposedly very egotistical, and yet a good portion of the episode, probably most of it, he's either following Sonic around or wanting to be around Sonic so that he can try to be a real hero. And what I don't get is why. Because like Tommy is an actor, and he wants to be learn what it's like to be a true hero. So he follows Sonic around to try to see what it's like to be a true hero. So my problem with that is why Sonic when you have Knuckles, who's also, I guess, has muscles. Because like you'd think that since Knuckles is the one with a lot more strength to him, and he's also a hero just like Sonic, that Tommy would be much more interested in Knuckles than Sonic. But this episode focuses on Sonic, and I don't get why. Because if they had Knuckles as the focus character, there could have been a lot of really good interaction between the two. Like maybe they're very similar in ways, and because of this they get into fights. See, that would have been cool. Like if it had been like done right. Like sort of like see like Knuckles and Tommy. Okay, hold on. Tommy wanting to be like more like a real hero, so he follows Knuckles around, and Knuckles doesn't really like him. So, okay, I'm not saying he doesn't like him, just like imaginary scenario. So like Knuckles doesn't like him, and Tommy is constantly pestering him to like try and like see what it is about Knuckles that makes him a true hero, so that he can like learn from it. And for the entire episode, like Knuckles is getting like pestered by him, and he's getting like really angry, and like in the end, like they have a fight. And, like, at the end of the fight, it's, make it where you can make it where Knuckles wins in a way that, or oh, hold on, I'm gonna think about this for a few minutes. Okay, so Knuckles win the fight, and like this in a very okay in a way that he doesn't really like hurt Tommy, but in a way that like impresses him a lot. And so he tells he like tell Knuckles that like he wins the fight, and he like walks off, and like maybe gives Knuckles like a souvenir or something. And Knuckles would just like be there, just like would just like look at him as he like walks off, and would just like be like so confused and stuff about like the hell is like wrong with Tommy. At least in my opinion, that would have been a very interesting episode if written right. And I think it is a very big missed opportunity to do something like that. But what we have here with Tommy, Sonic, I don't think it works very well. There's actually another scene where uh, Sonic is sitting down in Tails' workshop, and Tommy's right next to him. He says something about heroes having to brood, which is stupid. And when Sonic starts just making noises and like moving around a little bit, and Tommy will immediately do that as well, sort of like copy him actually. And it's a quick little scene, but it's also not funny, and it doesn't drive the plot at all. what happens after that, immediately after that, Kale says there are robbers, and they go like see that moves a lot forward. I'm just sitting there doing nothing for like, yes, I think it was like 10, 15 seconds at the most. That just sort of does nothing. It's not funny, so there's no point. And I just really don't like this episode. Also, some of the sound effects that are in this episode are just they're very out of place. Now, there's none like off the top of my head that I can think of, but I remember like when watching the episode, like sort of like I heard like some sound effects that maybe sort of think what, and that's or like it's not very. The sound effects didn't fit sometimes, like from what I've heard, from what I was hearing. It just didn't like fit the scene of like what was going on, and there's also like this one more thing to talk about. It's at the very end when Sonic is fighting the Obliterator bot. For some reason, they slow it down. Like when the Obliterator bot is going like this with its like chain arm, has its own arm off because Sonic was on it, and for some reason they slow it down. And I don't understand why, because it's just. I mean, it's pointless. It's the only time in the episode that they do something like that, and it just comes out of nowhere. And I don't really understand why they did that. So, all in all, this episode was rather. Okay, I don't want to say terrible. It wasn't like the worst thing ever, but it was bad. It was a bad start to season two, and I want to like season two. I'm hoping that this was just like one bad episode, and like maybe like the next episode will impress me in some way, because I do want to like season two. I've heard things about season two, and I think there's a lot of potential for season two if they do it right. So I'm hoping this was just one bad episode, and like the next time an episode airs, maybe it'll be better. So I'm hoping for at least. And yeah, that's about it.